if you ask some people behind this war, they will say there should be a price for our win. So
come on. You can't say. You can say that.
A price could be planned. A price could be.
You can't unlive civilian. Please, come on, Edward.
Come on.
Be human. We have
seen this not just once, not just twice, not just thrice. We have seen this, and again, someone who unrived people came to say somebody else did it in his name.
You are supporting what happened?
But it may be a shame when that thing could have been, it may be done by even the M23 that is claiming.
So Nanga want to kill himself. Nanga want to kill himself.
Listen.
Edward, stop being there.
Listen up. Guerrilla war, that's what happens. Understand?
So you are saying it was supposed to happen that someone can shoot in the crowds?
Sorry?
You are trying to justify that it's okay to shoot in the crowds of people rallying because it's a guerrilla war.
I can't find any
cowardness. It's a cowardness for a soldier to be in a population considering himself like a normal civilian, whereas he is not. Firstly, and that happened.
Okay, so if I understand you well, all those people were soldiers disguising as civilians.
No, still you are understanding wrong, just like always.
Edward, just don't be afraid if retaliation happens.
I see that you're back. Do you have any information on what's happening in Bukavu, Reis? If you do, please can you come onto the panel and shed some light before the propagandists start flipping the script?
Yeah, I would like to share some light about it.
What is the input to the people? I have a video here. I have a video, but I'm not in a good light. But I want to ask people to help me to send to you. You can see what is happening today. M23 to make people to unalive in this war. And what they are doing now is so evil, so evil. If you see that, you will cry. Like myself, I've cried for a long time. That's why I came to this channel. But I haven't cried. What have I?
Those are crocodile tears.
No, it's not crocodile, my brother. Let me say this. I'm not a crocodile. Let me say that I'm a Rwandan. Rwandan, full Rwandan, and I'm a Rwandan who is the truth to the all people, not these people who are in this country, evil people who are attacking other countries. Like we had the president there in the country of Rwanda, His Excellency Habyarimana. He didn't attack anybody there. Even in 1986, the president of Uganda said he visited Rwanda. He visited Rwanda, said that Mr. President, no one who attack you in your country. I'm there. You are my friend. I can't do that. But later days, he's the one who helped the RPF to attack Rwanda, and until now, he's the one who's helping. So let me say this: it's not a crocodile. If you say crocodile tears, my brother, you are saying wrong. You are wrong, and God punish you. Because I can say that God
you are not the advisor of God.
God punish you because you are saying wrong. So let me tell you this, like
you don't become an advisor for God. You are speaking from an emotional basis.
No, it's not emotional, brother. It's not emotional. Did I attack anybody?
As long as you stand in a position of only for it is you who want to be accepted, who want to be anything you say, it is just the only truth that exists.
No, what I'm saying is the truth. I don't say something which I'm like people here. I can't come here to lie. But I'm saying the truth. It's the truth. If you want
what do you mean by the truth?
How
do you justify your truth? Let me correct you first of all. You said Museveni promised Habyarimana that nothing is going to cross Ugandan border into Rwanda in 1986. How about the Rwandans who have been living in refuge after 1959 crisis in Rwanda? Those Tutsis who were denied a right to live in Rwanda, isn't it their right to come back and take what
1993, His Excellency, my brother, King of Africa.
Maurice, this is what I'm saying. Every time, just you want your story to be heard. You don't want any kind of a story to be heard.
I'm speaking mine.
I have a proof. He asking me a question. Let me answer him. Can I answer him?
Are you going to answer? Because it seems like you are sharing your worries
You talk
to
about
us. It's not an answer.
you talk about the
You're
president
just
of
saying
Uganda.
your anger from 1989. I don't know. Please be specific, and we can also share our
President
views.
of Uganda came in Rwanda and they promised the president of Rwanda
But
that
if a
time,
president from another country
that no
promises
one
you
will
something,
attack
as a country of
no one
Rwanda, are
will
you
attack
supposed to be
Rwanda
living on a
from
promise of
Uganda.
another president? Isn't it the responsibility of Habyarimana at that time to protect Rwandans and the borders in the first place, not
Yo, of course,
Museveni's role?
we saw what happened. Like those people who attacked Rwanda, they came from Rwanda, Uganda, and they came
Okay,
they
so
Were they
what I'm
attacked
Ugandans?
Kigali.
Were they
understanding,
Ugandans?
Sam Patel, hold on, please,
No,
guys,
of course,
please.
the other people,
Wait,
they're born there.
Maurice,
They're born
hold
there, they
on,
raised up there.
oh my lord.
You can
So, Sam
fool
Patel, what
other
I'm
people,
understanding,
but you cannot
Eduardo,
fool
just hold on,
Rwandese.
please. What I'm understanding is that they wanted the people in Bukavu to have a meeting with that coroner or whatever, that sellout, and then an explosion happened in the building. This is what we know. Who
Yeah,
did
so
it,
an
when they
explosion
did
from
it,
cooking
we
gas, right?
don't know. Is it
It
fair
was
in
an
saying
explosion
that?
from cooking gas, or some aliens
I'm
attacked
not
the crowds.
asking you, King. I'm not asking you.
About the alien
I
attack,
don't have
the
much
explosion
on
of
it, but
cooking
I
gas.
think the M23 themselves who did it to, like, to unalive people as usual, because I don't see how. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. I don't want to
No,
make
but
conclusions.
just the skeleton of the story is that they forced the people from Bukavu, or they pressurized them, or whatever they did, to go into a meeting with this guy,
Yes, that's what they did, and apparently
and then an explosion happened.
an explosion happened. Some people are saying it's the Wazalendos who are like patriots, but I don't know. I can't really say for now.
Okay, so at least then we know that this is what has happened. Who
Yeah, and
we
I
don't
think
know.
well, I think that well, just like in Goma, some people were forced. People actually forced to go to these places, and Wazalendos had also caused troubles in Goma, and I believe, okay, I wouldn't say I believe, but I think, or maybe let's see how it goes. But I think it's them who did this. There are patriots. They're the ones fighting for their lands, their villages, and they have the right to do anything to anybody who's going to cross their roads. That's it.
I agree. They're defending their home.
Yeah, they're defending I mean, they have to. They don't have a choice. You can't invade somebody's home and expect the person to sit down and watch. No.
So we'll wait more. Let's not speculate.
Yeah,
Then we'll
let's wait a bit
more
more. Yeah, I was actually
in more
checking up on.
information. But from what we do know, because I just don't want this narrative to be spun in a propagandist way. So what we do know, because it's all of them, Rwandese first on the comment section. Oh, it was this person, the Congolese government. You understand? So I don't want us to be derailed
No,
with
there
that.
isn't anything about the government. I mean, just ignore them, because they will do anything to say it's the government that did this, the government that did what. There was yesterday we had a live, and somebody was saying that it's the government who's unaliving people in Banyamulenge. I was like, what? Sincerely speaking, I don't know where they get these stories from. Anyway.
My question, even though it's the government, how is that their business? It's Congolese business, Congolese government. Like, do they even know that Congo is
No,
an
they don't.
independent
I've
state?
just watched their Minister of Foreign Affairs. He's at the UN, and instead of speaking about Rwanda, he's always, why are these Rwandans politicians behaving like opposition parties in Congo? I don't understand.
Me too, I'm confused.
I mean, you guys have your own problems in Rwanda, because don't make it look like Rwanda is it's paradise. It's not. You have issues. Go and speak about your own issues. Leave Congo alone. Whatever happens in Congo is for Congolese. We have government officials that will talk about it. It's too much.
Yeah, 100%. Queen, I think you came on dropped. Can we hear your submission?
Hello guys. Hey, can you hear me?
You're audible.
Okay, thank you so much. So I feel like everyone has a point here, and it's really understandable because things are really going crazy in all regions. But there's something that really hurts me so much is the victims, like the citizens of both countries. I feel like people are being victims of the politics, and the thing that hurts me so much is I understand what Congolese people are going through, but I feel like the only solution to solve the Congo problem is within the people of Congo, especially the citizens, because you can't. There's this videos that I see in Kinshasa. You can correct me, guys, because what we see on social medias are many things are really wrong, or we are being misinformed. But seeing people burning houses down, it's not going to solve anything, because the citizens have to sit down and build their country. Because these politicians I feel like they're just playing games, and the citizens are becoming the victims of the situation. And something that I believe in, you can't solve a solution by relying on the past. Because if you look at everyone's life personally, you don't solve your problem by using the past. You just have to use the current facts you have to move forward. So it's really heartbreaking and so tearing. I don't know, like it's so crazy, but I feel like the only solution to Congo is not seeking help from anyone, because no one is feeling sorry about the Congo people. Only the Congo people should feel sorry for themselves. Like,
Okay, I think this is
yeah,
where I cannot stomach more than what you've said. When you said that the both countries are going through stuff, I don't know what Congo has done in Rwanda. I don't know that there is Congolese troops in Rwanda. So that's
no,
the first gaslight I picked up. Hold on. The second one is for you to come up and say that Congo shouldn't ask for help for anybody and they should find their own problems. That is so funny that you should say that.
no,
If
it's
you
not
don't,
funny.
and no, it is
Yes,
very funny that you should say that, because all of us that may not be Congolese or choose to support Congo, we support them because of humanity and justice. You don't start a story at the end, you start the story in the beginning. The beginning gives root to why we are in the situation. So for us not to go into history because it may make other people uncomfortable, it's really, really, I don't know, scapegoatish or very, very
yes,
ignorant
I
to think.
understand, but I'm
That is
saying,
number
okay,
two.
what
Number
solution
three,
did it
what the
bring at the
Congolese
yes?
decided to do, hold on, what the Congolese decided to do in Kinshasa was a protest. If they decided that they wanted to burn down it was them, the Congolese people, showing that they're not happy and they know
Then what
exactly
solution is
who
it
is
going to bring
attacking
to the
them.
war that is
That has
happening
got
in
nothing
Congo?
to
Like,
do with
what
you, because if you
solution?
go back to, no, Queen, if you go back to your previous submission, you said that the Congolese shouldn't ask for help from nobody and they should do what they want to do. Then you
Because
criticize
no
them
one
for
is
doing what they
listening to
want to
them, even
do.
the West,
That is
even
just
the West.
hypocrisy. Okay?
No, it's not hypocrisy. Like, okay, you're asking for, but who is understanding you guys? Like, no one is
Everybody is
helping at the
understanding.
moment.
Only a person that doesn't have a soul will not understand what Congo is going through. Uganda has come out to support Congo. Burundi indigenous people have come out to support Congo.
Then how long has it
Tanzanians,
been going
Kenyans,
on? Yes, I
everybody is out
understand.
supporting. Are you feeling some
Yes.
sort of way because you guys were sanctioned?
No, I'm saying that, okay, what help that did it bring, like, or solution? Like, it's all
What do
in
you
words,
mean?
but no action
SADC
is being
soldiers are
done.
in the DRC.
No,
You
you
may
should
not,
stop the blame game. It's not
you
going to
may,
solve
There's
you
no
may not,
anything.
blame game. The thing
you
is,
may,
Rwanda wants to make itself like it's a victim.
Queen Latifah's
No,
point.
no.
She was actually on point, but you interjected. She's trying to get solution rather than instead of blaming
Listen,
one side
Yes, you
listen.
don't
or
have
the
Let me
to
other
tell you
blame the
side.
something
blame
about your
game.
guys'
It's
gaslighting. Let me
not.
tell you about something
The
about your
Congolese
guys'
should sit and
gaslighting.
solve their problems. You shouldn't rely.
Let me tell you guys about your gaslighting, right? You think that we're all foolish enough to understand what you're saying and be like, no, you're actually right. No, you're wrong. Congolese will need to take whoever they're gonna go and say, guys, this is the truth, because you guys have been spreading propaganda.
that you guys have been isolated, that you guys have a problem. And what freaks my brain out is that it's always Rwandese coming to defend Banyamulenge. Where are the Banyamulenges? Why do they not come and speak for themselves? Why do Rwanda find themselves to be victims? The life lost on both sides. What both sides? What is the both side of the coin? Where are the Congolese soldiers in Rwanda? Why do you make yourself victim first? Both sides? Come on, man, please. Femme Fatale, am I mad?
No, you are not.
I ask you because you're Congolese.
All right.
Very, she said she was Congolese.
The truth of the matter, Queen had a point.
Wait until you recognize I was speaking to Femme Fatale. Femme Fatale?
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know. Queen, are you Congolese?
Sorry?
Are you Congolese?
No,
Oh, sorry, guys. I have a call. Sorry.
No.
Okay. I don't know if you're back, but Adeline, am I making it
Thank you.
make
Can I
sense?
contribute as well?
Just let me
Gus,
give. I don't want to be wrong.
Gus, you're making sense. You're making sense.
Gus,
Yes.
Gus, I trust you. Just because let's look the submission of this lady and consider it like a cup of milk, for which I bring for you to drink, and yet behind the scene there is some quantity of blood mixed in the milk. Of course, the milk will stay white, but when you drink, I don't believe you will be drinking milk. Because when you say Congolese, they should stand and resolve their problem themselves, knowing that the issue there are some people who are being called themselves Congolese, whereas they are not. Secondly, there is a reason behind the rebel group that wants population of Kinshasa to revolt from their president, that want another means that you should also consider. What does she mean by Congolese to solve their issues? Revolting, just to remove power, their president on power, or just to accept the things of claiming that we are Congolese, whereas they are not? That's what I call the milk mixed with a drop of blood. You drink it, it's a poison. None.
Okay, can I say something, guys, if that's okay?
I think just hold on. You can interact with Femme Fatale when she comes back. Adeline, did you want to say something?
Okay. Yeah.
Can I say something as well?
Adeline speak, and I'll try and have a small conversation with King Latifah later.
Yes.
Go ahead, Femme Fatale. Go ahead.
Hi, Queen. Where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Rwanda.
Oh, okay. No wonder. You see, okay, let's try and I want you to put a bit of humanity in you. Just a little bit, not much.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Congolese have been dying for the past 30 years. We've lost 18 million people. A few weeks ago, more have been unalived as well, and we've not even put them as we're counting the 18 million. When you're speaking about this matter, I know that you're from Rwanda, and probably you're not so free to speak as you want, but kindly consider that. The people who are losing their life are children, mothers, young boys, young guys, young men. Babies of 18 months, 13 months are being raped. You could be a mother. I don't know if you are, but probably if you're not now, but in the future, you could be a mother. Just put yourself into the shoes of those people going through that. Just a little bit.
Yes. Can I say something if I'm not interrupting you?
Go on. Yes, go on.
Yes, okay. I can see like here we're having like a peaceful conversation, and I really respect that, okay? So let's not talk as Congolese or Rwandese. Let's talk as human beings, okay? I don't know if you heard my point. I really understand the pain that the Congolese people are going through, like in the country. So what I'm trying to say is the citizens are always the victims of the war, like in any country. So the war will not solve anything. So what I'm trying to say, the solution should be people to sit and talk about the matters, because if they keep on fighting, if we as Africans keep on asking help from the Western people, it seems like they still have power on us. We have to start solving our own problems and stop blaming each other as Africans, okay? So I don't know, let's talk about, you say that Banyamulenge, they shouldn't be considered as Congolese. So I have to ask this question. Do you guys believe in the map of colonial...
Baby girl, just hold on. When did I say that?
Femi Fatal, let me just have a word, yeah. So okay. I don't know why these Rwandese keep saying that we shouldn't seek for help in Western countries. Do you know how many agreements President Kagame has with Western countries? Do you know how much money you guys in Rwanda get out of the illegal immigrants you are getting from other countries? So why would you recommend people not to seek for help when you are actually having a lot of deals with Western countries?
I understand your point. So my question is, okay, you've been asking aid from the Western countries to help you stop the war, but what solution did they bring? They're taking advantage of the minerals you have, because they're not going to solve anything, because as long as they see that the war is going on in Congo, how are they going to benefit if there is peace in Congo?
So okay, why is it a concern for you? Why is it a concern for you that the West benefits from the... Why would that be a concern for you, for the West to benefit of the minerals from the DRC?
Sorry?
Why would that be a concern for you if the West benefits from the minerals of the DRC? Is that your problem?
No, we're talking about the lives of people that are being lost in Congo because of
it's up to the Congolese. It's up to the Congolese people to decide who is going to go to their country to help them fight the rebels.
The lives that are being lost in Congo is, hold on, Queen, wait. The lives that are being lost in Congo may be sponsored by the Western Europe, but the people that are pulling the trigger, the people that are graping, the people that are doing that is not the West.
Exactly. So they benefit, they have a lot of benefits from the West, but they don't want people to go to the West to seek for help.
The West is manipulating us. What the lady is trying to do is she's trying to hold on.
No, please, before anyone says something, also give me a chance. Let me just say a few words.
Somebody, I'll give you the mic. What the lady is trying to do is shift the goalpost, right? It's don't look at here, look at this. The actual problem is Congolese. Nobody should actually help Congolese. Congo must sort its own problem out. But you know, we are
you're misunderstanding me.
No, I'm not explain it again. Explain it again.
What I'm saying is,
just allow me to give a different perspective so she can explain it again. Okay, explain it again. So we shouldn't go.
Let me be clear to understand me. Okay, I understand you. No, I'm not gaslighting anyone here. All I'm trying to say. Why I say that Congolese should sit and solve their own, because okay, even if okay, let's talk about like our daily lives. Okay, if you have a problem, the first thing you have to think is no one cares. This is my problem. I have to look for a solution because no one feels pity for me. I'm the one who is feeling this.
But who told you that nobody feels pity for the Congolese people?
Sorry.
Who told you that nobody feels pity for the Congolese people?
No, you're misunderstanding me. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that
your analogy is completely wrong. You should bring an analogy that makes sense.
Okay, let me make it.
Can I say something?
Understand what the
you are fixing a
trying to do. If you guys don't understand,
mute them both. Let others speak, please.
Okay, let me give somebody a chance to speak.
One question for
when you are facing, when Rwanda is facing economic problem, why do you go to the West to seek for money? Why don't you plant your own cacao, your own bananas? Why don't you take money from your cacao?
Carlos, I think you are too Western. You are too Western, not an African. You are too Western.
Everybody asks for help.
Oh, so Sengo, you have to understand that countries are not isolated. We are living in a world which is constituted of different countries, and you will always depend one on one.
But how many times have you?
But we are fighting a war to be independent from the West.
Are you independent?
We are fighting a war to be.
Are you independent?
But you are still trying to
are you
We are trying to
independent?
fight a war.
The guns,
We are
the guns
fighting a
you're
war to
using,
be
the guns you're using
independent.
to analyze
Hold
people.
on. Can
Do you
everybody mute their
manufacture the guns you
mics?
use to analyze
So
people?
Can we just mute our mics for a second? Can we just reset? Okay. When this lady came to give her submission, and we're all listening to her submission, it was very, very, very sly how she worded her argument and how she made it make sense. I didn't have to ask her where she was from. I understood already she's Rwandese, because nobody will come in on the panel and say in both countries. Rwanda is not at WAR. And if they are, that means that they are supporting undercover the terrorists that are unaliving children, men and women in the east of DRC. Now, for somebody to come and say that Congo must isolate itself, it shouldn't get help from other people, where we as Africans have been subjugated for the longest time, we know those talking points, right? To go back and forth with somebody that's ideology but is very intelligent and manipulative, to come and say something in a sly way, and we still, I mean, guys, how long have we been on these panels for? I don't have the time for that.
Gus, can I ask you a question?
We can see it when we see it. Then they come and
Gus, can I ask you a question?
whole African unity.
Okay, no, before you can speak, also let others speak as well.
No, I'm not.
It's
It's
too
not. It was not me.
It's
But
too
you see
much.
what these people are pretending that they are not. They are independent from the West, but they can't
Okay,
produce
we are all
anything in their
one, so
country.
let's
Let me
try
finish
to
Carlos,
now
now,
speak
guys.
about
you are
solutions.
speaking
have to let me
every
finish.
time
You
you are
have to let me
speaking.
finish. You'll have to let me finish, please. You see, they are very
You're
independent.
always
They're one of
interjecting
the
other
countries that
people, so you're not giving chance to
One
others to
second.
speak.
I have a question
they,
for
they are
Queen.
they are one of the countries that depends most of the West in Africa. They
I
can't
had a
produce
question for
anything.
Gus.
They-
Carlos,
so
you have a lot of to
Queen, I
say,
wanted
but
to go
also
ahead.
there are so many people to speak.
yeah, I'll finish. Just give me a minute, please. When oh my goodness, Edward, if you keep interrupting, I will not finish now. You see, they are coming here and say that they are very independent. I mean, they are independent, and their other countries are dependent of the West. So tell me, what kind of things do you produce in there? Are you self-sufficient in Rwanda? The guns you are using to analyze people in the DRC, do you manufacture that in Rwanda? The
Don't
clothes
ask
you
such a
use,
question.
the
It
clothes
seems you are
use,
too Western and you are
are you
being
manufacturing
brainwashed
the
by the
clothes you
West.
use in Rwanda? The money you get,
I
the
think
money
you
you
are
get
too
from the
Western.
United Nations to support your refugees that are coming from Libya.
Carlos,
Do
can
the
I
money
ask
you?
you a question?
Oh my goodness! So why are you telling people
Can't just be
to
about
be
May
the
I ask
two of
you
independent
a
them.
while you are
question,
Moderator,
very
where are
dependent
you?
of the
please?
West?
Let me give the new panelists the chance to speak. Let me give
So my question, that's my question. Let them respond to this question. Why are you
I'll
asking
ask.
people to be independent of the West while you are very dependent of the West? You want to take advantage of the West, just you and nobody else?
Okay, so
Okay, yes.
I'll ask them to respond to your question after the new panelists have submitted, right? I'll ask her to respond. Somebody, you wanted to say something?
Gus, I want to go,
What
and
else?
yes, I want to go, but look at that demonstration of saying that Congo, you have to be dependent like this. Gus, you are a gender, by gender, you are a female. Queen, she's a female. And Fam, you are both female. I believe none of you can enjoy sharing husband with another man, another woman. That's what is happening. Everybody wants to keep a man for himself. Thank you.
So the man here is powers.
Okay.
Rwanda doesn't want us to
All,
share.
all
Queen,
right,
I
I'm
had a
going in
question
now.
for you, Queen. Somebody, just a second, please. Queen,
Yes,
your,
ma'am.
how do you call this? Half of your yearly budget comes from donation from these people. So why don't you want us to actually, let me put it in quotes, to rely on them as well?
No, what I'm trying to say, from can I make myself clear about this point, because I can see like many of you have misunderstood me. Okay, so you can see. Okay, let's say everybody gets help from anywhere. Okay, I can't say that we only rely on ourselves. Let me be honest about that. But you have to know, in Rwanda we have our source of surviving on our own. We have agricultural development. Okay, even if we don't have the Western help, we know how to survive as Rwandans, because we don't. Even if they cut off all the aids and everything, we know how to take care of ourselves because we have planned ahead, and we are learning to be dependent on ourselves.
Can you manufacture cars, clothes? Can you manufacture your arms, the guns they use? Can you do it in Rwanda?
Many guys are coming from the West.
Moderator will not make
Come
progress.
on. You think everything is coming from the West?
What do you produce in Rwanda? What do you produce in Rwanda?
Moderator, I think we're not going to make progress now because
What factories do you have in Rwanda?
Hold on.
What factories do you have in Rwanda?
Wait.
this back and forth is not
Mute
ending.
your mic.
Mute Cardos.
Please mute your mic.
You guys are
We've got
speaking
new
nonsense. They
panelists.
have nothing in Rwanda. They feel like they can be self-sufficient.
Cardoso, I get it. But let's just give the new panelists a chance to speak, and then we can open up the panel. So somebody, please give your submission.
Gas.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please just mute your mics. Just mute your mic, Queen. You come in just a moment. Okay. Just give chance to others. All right. So I think I'll start with just giving context. I think for this issue, I take it. I think this issue starts maybe with the Berlin conference. I think where the African map I think was being drawn, and I think one thing that can be noted from that is that when these Europeans were drawing the maps, they didn't care which tribe it was. They would draw the map right in between two people. And I'll say this, it has happened also in my country, in Zambia, where the map was drawn in between Zambia and Namibia, and we've got a tribe here called Lozi that found both sides, on the Zambian side as well as on the Namibian side. So now bring it back to the Nyamlenges. I'm not really sure which country is supposed to claim them, but according to what I've learned so far is that these people, some of them are supposed to be from Rwanda and some of them are supposed to be from Congo. And then now and again, the people from Congo have denied any of these people to be submitted into their country. So now we'll start now going to maybe what led to this war. Initially, there was a deal between the same M23 group and the government. The idea was that these people, I think they had signed, I think, a peace deal. So from that peace deal, who betrayed who? That is where we're supposed to be starting from, because what we're doing is, if we're not holding people accountable, that's where the problem is starting from. So if there was a deal in place...
Is this the first time you are on this live?
Yes.
Okay. So we've already debunked and gone through that whole situation. If you want somebody
I'll get to the... I'm just starting from
if
there
you
because I was
want
just trying to
somebody
give
to
context.
explain it to you, we're more than welcome to explain it to you. Because I can't do this rigmarole.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make here is
understand
that,
exactly what's happening in Congo historically?
Okay, so in short, what I'm trying to say here is that I feel like both Tshisekedi and Kagame, they're both problems because they're both benefiting.
Okay, so clearly you don't understand what is happening. So let's...
I do understand.
You don't understand. Then you couldn't have said that.
The thing is, you want to blame one side. Meanwhile,
no, we're not blaming. Fact speaks for itself. Facts don't ask for your feelings. So I'm not about to allow you to just spread a narrative because you think what you're thinking is truth. There are facts that are undeniably there.
All right.
And if you want to know about it, we can teach you about it. If you want to spread propaganda, we can move right along.
Why do you call people's submission as propaganda?
Salongo, can we just mute? Somebody also mute. I'll just give me a few minutes. Let me explain. Then you can. All right. You said first that when the borders were drawn, these people didn't care how, like, who went this side and who went this side. No, in Congo, it's not. I mean, I don't know if there's another country, but Congo is Congo is actually a fusion of kingdoms. The fusions of different kingdoms that decided to be together. So when the borders were drawn, yes, there were people on the border that found themselves inside in the side of Masisi, Ruchuru there, but those are not Banyamulengis. Those are not Banyamulengis. They are called the Banyabwisha. I don't know other tribes that are there. If I don't know if Mamu is here, she can actually put down the names because she comes from that area. The Banyamulengis came into Congo as of 1959. In 1974.
That's wrong. Please tell us. We know some history, but tell us other things. Not 1959.
Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Okay, you can drop me, but that's wrong.
Okay, bye.
No, don't drop him. Don't drop him. Let him. You know
what?
Is why.
Let me tell you, Femme Fatale. They need to learn respect. This is not a place where they think they can. I'm not here to. This is not a kindergarten. We're speaking to people that are over 35, 25. Respect.
But you said we should not speak lies. We should not speak lies.
Salongo, these are not lies.
Let's do this.
Let's confuse the Hutus. Oh wait, do not confuse the Hutus and the Tutsis that are in Masisi and Ruchuru with the Banyamulenges. These are two sets of different people.
And let the lady explain, and then you can interject later.
In 1885, when the borders were drawn, or in 1884, let's say, some people found themselves here on the Congo side. Do not confuse the Banyamulenges with those ones. Then we have migration from 1927. The ones that came to work in the mines, the one that came to blah, blah, blah with the colonizers. Those ones came as for work. They are not refugees. That's 1927, if I'm not wrong. Then we have the 1959. The refugees that came in 1951 are the ones that our government told them to go and live in Mulenge. When they lived in Mulenge in 1971, on the 26th of March, 1971, President Mobutu gave them citizenship in a group. I have the documents with me. In 1981, Mobutu revoked the citizenship. Our constitution at that time, Mobutu took it back to, Mobutu said that whoever, a Congolese is whoever who found himself in Congo from 1885. So the Banyamulenges and the ones who came as for work with the colonizers were no longer Congolese or Zaïrois at that time. In 2004, Sun City Accord, okay? We had what we call 1+4, whereby we had 4 vice presidents and 1 president. The constitution that was amended in 2004 stated that a Congolese is any person or any individual who found himself in Congo as of 1960, meaning the Banyamulenges are Congolese. Do not confuse, I repeat again, do not confuse them with the people in Masisi and Ruchuru. Because people do a lot of confusion. People call all of them, oh, Banyamulenge. No. Banyamulenges are the ones who came after. We have already said that they are Congolese. Yeah, it was revoked in 1981, 10 years after. But the new constitution says otherwise. So they are Congolese. Salongo, do you understand? I'm not saying that.
I get your point, but I get your point, but I'm waiting for my time.
And that's why they were told to go and live in that area called Mulenge. Now, where is Mulenge? Mulenge is in Uvira. Look at the distance between Rwanda and Mulenge. Uvira is closer to Burundi, brother. Mulenge is, because in Congo, I don't know how your country, we have what we call chefferie, chiefdoms. Mulenge is the chiefdom of Bafuliru, you can check, you can do your own research. They were told to go and live there because they always have their cattle. They need a greener place to actually feed their cattle and all that. Their cattle, that's when they created. Now the name that you hear, Banyamulenge, the person who created the Banyamulenge name, or is it community, is the father of our current Minister of Infrastructure. The guy is still very much alive. If you want more details, you at least, thank God this guy, his father did it and he speaks about it. He's there. He's a Munyamulenge. So if you want more details, his name is Gisaro. His father is the one who came up with the name Banyamulenge in 1974. To differentiate them actually with the people in Ruchuru and Masisi, the Banyabwisha and the other ones. People, a lot of people confuse. They're totally different people. Totally different people. Now, if you ask me, Banyamulenges are Congolese, I will tell you yes. Because the constitution says so. Because this country accepted them. Because they are everywhere in our country, be it government, military, police. They are the most in the Congolese army. The guy who is fighting, who is the chief of operation in Kivu before the M23 took it, he's a Banyamulenge. His name is Masunzu. They are Congolese, just like myself. Now, you can... yes,
thank you, Femi. Can I say something also?
Yes, brother.
Okay, thank you, Femi, actually. I only disagreed with the date when they came. Because the year 1959, yes, we know there was an uprising, the Hutu revolution or the socialist revolution. But I don't think that's the period that they went to Congo. For me, according to actually the real history, we must know these borders. I'm from Uganda, I have to tell you. But in Uganda, we have the same thing, like being that we are bordering Congo, we are bordering Rwanda, we are bordering Tanzania, we are bordering Kenya. You will find same tribes, one tribe the other side, one tribe this side. We have the same people in the southern part of Uganda, Bafumbira. These people, they speak Kinyarwanda. The names are Kinyarwanda, but they are in Uganda. They derive their name from a mountain called Mufumbira. You cannot differentiate a person from northern Rwanda from these people of Mufumbira and the Kabale. They are the same people. It's just that today they are okay with the peace. There's nothing like war, and no one is disturbing them, and they are not in power. So there is nothing like to debate about them. The same thing you go to western part. The Hema people in Congo have their brothers in Uganda who they share the same thing. So the same thing you find it in Rwanda. The people in Rwanda, neighboring, like the border, you find the Banyarwanda who are cut off from their side, and the others are this side, others are the other side. The problem comes, true migration has been there, that people from Rwanda migrated to Uganda and Tanzania and to Congo, but even to Burundi. But the people where they settled, they found there are other tribes, or the tribe which they share the same thing. Like people who migrated from Rwanda to Uganda and went to Kisoro in Bufumbira. You cannot differentiate them from the ones who they found there. The same thing in Congo, that people who came from Rwanda, be it from 1800s or during 1959 or during the genocide, today when they went there, they found their other sisters who are cut off. These borders are artificial.
Salongo.
Yes, I got your point at last. Yes.
Not the same place. Enyamulenge is not a Banyabwisha, but they are all from Rwanda, if I would say that way.
Yes, I know this because Banyamulenge, it's a new name. Before, the real Banyamulenge, they called themselves Bamuntu. Bamuntu. But why? Because people were referring to them as
Wait a minute.
Banyarwanda. But
Sam?
Yeah?
Which one of those groups is Hutu? Is it Banyamwisha or?
No, the Banyabwisha don't have an issue. Them Banyabwishas are actually Hutus. When the borders were drawn,
Okay.
when the borders were drawn, they found themselves in Masisi, and I think
they are there in Masisi, Rushuru.
Okay.
Actually, even the names themselves, like Rushuru, Masisi, and Goma, they are Kinyarwanda names. But you know, the problem comes that how do you say that these people are Banyarwanda when they are in Congo, when there is a country called Rwanda? So that is actually why they got a name to differentiate themselves from their other people in Rwanda. Because the Banyamulenge are mixed with people who are coming from Burundi and people who are also in Rwanda, who came from Rwanda.
and that's why
they are mixed up. That's why
I told you.
That's why even their language.
That's why I told
their language
you.
is similar to Burundi than Kinyarwanda.
That's
yes.
why I told you, Mr. Gisaro said it very well. There's a video actually, we played it in one of his lives. Mr. Gisaro said it very well that his father created the Banyamulenge to differentiate them with the other people.
Exactly. Even as I told you in Uganda, if with these people in the Mufumbira range, Kisoro, because they are Twa people, they are also, we call them Bafumbira, but these people, they speak Kinyarwanda, the names are the same, like everything, you cannot differentiate from those ones across the border in Rwanda. So because they have this name from the mountain Mufumbira, we call them Bafumbira. To differentiate them from the other side, you cannot call them Banyarwanda. Banyarwanda is not a tribe. It is a nation, a country. So, but we must go to the big reason, to the point.
Mr.
Yes.
Salongo, we are not, you see, when because we say we are not accepting them, the Constitution has accepted them, the government has accepted them. Us as people, we have accepted them. What should we do again?
Actually, now we should go back to the top reason why these people are fighting. They are not fighting. It is not about a Banyamulenge question. This is a political reason. We must be actually honest enough that the leaders who are actually trying to portray a picture that some people are fighting for the rights of the others, or others are fighting to defend the country, it is not the reason. There is actually more than that meets the eye. It is another thing that they are fighting. They are deals. They are mineral deals. But they have to use the wananchi or the people as a pretext to just fight. Their reason why they are fighting. No one is trying to say that Banyamulenge are fighting.
Now,
Rwanda is trying to defend Banyamulenge.
Let me again let me make something clear. When you look at the M23 hierarchy setup, there's no Banyamulenge there. There's none.
They are actually.
Salongo,
this is where I was this is what I was going to reach at, but you, yeah.
Salongo, I don't. It's not even about the Banyamulenges, and everyone globally, they know that, because all eyes are on the DRC and Rwanda situation right now. So all eyes are there, and everyone knows that it's not about the Banyamulenge, it's not about the people there, but we know what it's about, and seemingly people don't want.
This is what we need to talk about. This is what we need to talk about.
Don't want to accept that they are looting and destabilizing the country. So we should not keep shifting the goalposts, because guys said, you know, we cannot be running in circles, guys. We know what's happening, and you cannot tell us otherwise. We know what is happening.
Okay, now, because actually today maybe Rwanda would be in question. For us in Uganda, our government looted minerals, the armies, the Museveni's army, looted gold and so many minerals from Congo. Congo went to the International Court of Justice and they actually sued us. And the case, we are paying a debt. Actually, we are paying the price. We have to pay Congo.
You are not
billions
actually paying,
of
Mr.
money.
Salongo. You're not paying. You're not paying for the gold and the diamond you looted. You are paying because you unalived people in my home in Kisangani.
Exactly. Our soldiers unalived and raped and did a lot of atrocities to Congolese, plus also looting. You understand? So this is the price we are paying because of leaders. These leaders are puppets being used by certain powerful people who are ruling the world, who actually they are actually act as middlemen of these minerals. Museveni in our country is not loved by the people, no one, and he's in Congo, but because he's smart, he can play with the Tshisekedi, but again the other side is supporting also M23. If you have been following, actually,
100%.
People actually who have been following Museveni son now is the son, who is the commander of defense forces of Uganda, was actually tweeting in supporting M23 that no one is going to attack M23 when we are there. That those are our brothers. And I pity my Congolese brothers, because they had Sekedi allowed Uganda army to go to Congo. They must actually come out. And the lady Queen Latifah, I don't know if she's Queen, she was saying something, but some people will get it in a different perspective. But again, the hypocrisy with some leaders without telling the citizen the real reason why they are at war with certain countries or why there is fight. Even if M23 is disbanded today, Congo, eastern part of Congo, not Kinshasa, will not have peace. What happens after M23 is out? What will happen to 120 militia groups the other side
now,
in Congo who
I
are
will
still
give
there?
you a big picture of the militias group you're calling. Some of them are not militia group. They are what we call, okay, well, you can call them like that, but they're protecting their villages. They are what we call autodefense. They are like, for example, there was Alendo, the Mai Mai. They are not there to analyze.
Protecting from who?
From the people like M23,
their places.
like the
Then what is the government, the central government, which actually is supposed to protect the whole country and its people and their property?
But there is war in
That means
DRC.
there is any inefficiency.
No, Salongo.
Yeah.
There is war in DRC. You need to accept that there is war, a war-torn country. Do you expect the central government to be protecting people when there's war in a country? At least you are admitting what your country Uganda did to DRC. Now we are faced with.
Keep in mind that war has been going on for 30 years. 30 years.
4 years, honestly. So you cannot be saying that.
Okay, let me tell you. Congo has had war since the CIA assassinated Lumumba in 1960. The war that happened there, Kasavumbu with Mobutu, you know that. With the Chinese and Israel was inside there. Even Laurent Kabila was...
Hold on. It's very important for you that is not from Congo to listen to the Congolese people. You can be looking there and assuming you know what is happening in Congo. I've heard the whole day today Congolese people speaking highly of Mobutu. I find it cringing that people want to continue explaining to Congolese what is happening in Congo. It doesn't make sense to me. And then you try to slither through to bring it as if it has to do with Tshisekedi.
Goose.
But the truth of the situation is the reason why Congo is sitting where Congo is sitting is because of Joseph Kabila. Femi, am I wrong?
No, you're not actually wrong. The 18 years we
I'll
had
tell you.
Goose,
Goose, let me tell you. I may not be a Congo, but where
Kalongo, are you
my home is.
are you
Okay,
are you from Rwanda?
I'm from West. I say I'm from Western Uganda, but where I come from, there is a big camp called Changwari, which is only housing Congolese refugees. I can walk from my home and I reach Gomak City in 12 hours. Unlike person from Kinshasa, who will take like many days. You understand?
Okay, but
So
that's no here, no there. That's not here, no there. All right.
So I speak
What?
with the facts
Can
and
we
I
just
speak
move
with what
along?
I'm saying.
Yes. Okay, we got what you're saying. Thank you for your submission. Jade Barth or Jade Bar, I can't even see. Mr. CEO. Yo.
Thank you very much for giving me the floor. I'm Gideon by the name, but I'm just putting Jedba on TikTok. A Congolese by nationality from Bukavu, from the eastern part, and I'm understanding what is going on. Even if I'm seeing some people are arguing and adding things which are not right, and some of them which are right. But also, okay, according to the story, let me start from from what farmer was saying about the story of Banyabwisha and Banyamulenge. So concerning the story, Banyabwisha are the one in the border of Congo and Uganda, that side of Bunagana. But Banyamulenge, they are the one that they are living so there are some which are they are
No,
living in
no, no,
Mulenge,
Papa, no, no,
and
no.
also
Banyabusha here in Masisi, Ruchuru.
yes, that is the side of Bunagana, going to Bunagana. That
No,
is the
no,
side.
no, 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 no. Attends. Ah, okay. You're talking about
Wait.
okay. Try to okay. Okay. Continue.
Sure, good. Then we also have the Banyamulenge who are staying in the Mulenge, but also in Minembwe. That's where they are living, and it's quite a long story. Since they came in the 19th centenary, that's when we can consider that they came in Congo. But okay, that's not a big problem. And on my side, I don't think that is what is bringing now the war in the country. But what is bringing the war in the country is what started now from the leaders. Let me say that from the presidents, and not far like we are saying that this started from Mobutu, where he sold, or maybe when he gave the citizen to those people, because it is also crucial that someone can go in another country, and when you spend some more years according to the constitution, you can get the citizenship. But if we can realize and more about the M23, those people, yes, of course, it is a mixture of different nationalities, but the big number of them, it is some parts coming from Rwanda, if I'm not mistaken. But also there are also those Congolese, because in everything, some people can be sure are always there in everything, even in politics and everything. So on my side, and also just concluding on my submission, I think the crucial and the good thing that we could think about is to dig deeper and understand first where is the war coming from and why. But also because even today as I'm speaking, today people are still dying in Bukavu. There was a meeting and people are still dying. Then now we need to first to understand what is the problem and why and how and what can we do, so that at least we can get peace, because families, people, and human beings are being mistreated, and they have their rights. But if it is a war between the country and another country, why are we putting citizens? If it is a war between one rebel to another rebel, or maybe government issues, why are we putting citizens? Because citizens are dying, and for them that they don't have any problem in this situation. So that let me conclude by that. That was only my submission. Thank you.
Thank
Guys,
you.
can I
Just hold on, team.
speak?
There's one more panelist that hasn't spoken.
Okay, sorry.
Bali, you can give your submission and then we'll have an open panel.
Okay, thank you, guys. Um, I've been listening on the background from time to time, you know, because I work, so I've been listening. And I have realized that I keep on hearing people saying we are the same people, but I am starting to believe that we're not the same people. We're definitely not the same people. What I've been hearing in this platform, we are not the same people. You know, because there is no way you're gonna I don't even know what, because I'm out of words. You're gonna be gaslighting people who are suffering, you know. Your country is inflicting pain on others, and then you turn around and start gaslighting them and watering down their pain and what they've gone through. You want to speak on their behalf, you want to tell them what to say, how to feel. You know their story more than what they know themselves. You telling them no, it's not true because this is what's happening, this and this and that. But even when people bring facts to the table and say, look, this is what happened, we are backing it with facts, but people will say no, it didn't happen. When you bring facts, they say no, we want videos, we want this, we want that. And then you realize that no, we're not the same people. There is no way Bantu people can be this insensitive, and it's very shocking. The only thing I can ask is for people to start doing introspection and start, as I said yesterday, that people need to hold their presidents accountable, because as a nation, you need to ask questions. What are our soldiers, when they are not mandated, doing in that particular country? What are they doing there? Why are they even mixed with these rebels? What are they doing there? Those are the questions that I was expecting the Rwandese to be raising, especially the younger generation. The older generation, I might understand, but for the younger generation to be this brainwashed, it's really appalling, guys. We can do better than that. Even us in South Africa, we've got our own issues. But when we don't understand something, we ask, what are our soldiers doing in DRC? And they told us exactly what the soldiers were doing in DRC. So I'm just wondering, why can't other countries do the same? Hold there's no way, guys, that your president can be this perfect, praising someone 24/7 and not seeing anything wrong. I'm just shocked, guys, like, honestly. But then, who am I to speak? You can carry on doing it, and we stand with Congo and we understand their pain. I'm just gonna land it at there.
Thank you so much, Mbali. Mbali, I don't know if you heard the elder when he was on the live and he said, Cyril Ramaphosa, Cupcake's son is married to a Tutsi woman. It's about to go down.
No, I think, really, it is.
But anyway,
It is,
it's an
honestly.
open panel. It's an open panel. It's interesting how these things happen.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with interacting, but at the same time, we need to know where to draw the line, guys, honestly. Because if ever our soldiers are in Lesotho and we hear that they are doing terrible things there, obviously we're gonna ask, what are they doing there? Because every country has a right to its sovereignty. What are they doing there?
No, thank you. It's an open panel, Kadosa. I see you. And then I
Yeah.
think to say
Okay.
something.
Yeah. There's something that that really shocks me a lot. You see, there are people who come to social media and like to defend the narrative that we shouldn't be relying on the West. But when they look at their own countries, they can't produce anything. The clothes they use come from the West. Even the money that boosts their economy comes from the West through loans and donations and whatsoever. So why would someone think that they live in an isolated island and they can simply take their decisions and they can simply live without relying and depending on anything on other countries? That's unrealistic. You understand? So this is basically what some of the leaders who do not really, I mean, I understand this. Some of the leaders think that understood their citizens as people who do not question, who do not use their critical thinking when something is actually told to them. So anything that comes to their mind, they simply tell them because they know their people will take it for granted without even judging it. How can someone, like another person, believe that they can just simply live without without the support, without the help, and without relying on other countries? How can someone think about that? Do you have, like, imagine that you cut the relation with other countries. Are you going to be able to survive? Are you ready? Are you self-sufficient? Is your country producing all the necessary goods you need to survive? So when Queen Latifah was actually trying to convince me that they can survive without Western countries or whatsoever, without the help of other countries, I don't know if she knows that the economy of our country is totally dependent on the other countries. That's why, since the sanctions are already been imposed by the Western countries, Kagame is now getting worried. You understand? So I don't really know which kind of schools these guys go to, but I think they're missing a very important point in their schools. The critical thinking is important. As human beings, we have brains, and as we grow up, we are expected to use our brains. And using our brains is actually making our critical thinking work. You understand? So maybe I'm wrong, and this is an open panel right now. I'm going to give the opportunity to Queen to actually explain to me how they could survive without depending on other countries, like living as an isolated island, and knowing that their economy is very much dependent on foreign aid.
And the other thing I want to know, how are they gonna sell that cobalt and coltan to the West? Because
I think we shouldn't go as farther as selling gold. Let's just start from the basic things. Do they have enough productions, like food production in their countries, will be self-sufficient? Do they produce the clothes, the shoes, and the whatsoever, the military equipment they use in wars in their land? So how can someone, like another person, come and say this stupidity here? Oh.
Okay, Cardos, let me make myself clear for the last time. Okay, I can see like many of you have misunderstood me and have listened to all your points. So I'm going to say a few points about my my takeout on this conversation that we're having. First of all, I was saying that, okay, let me talk about Rwanda. Yes, we do get aid from many countries, including the Western countries. I agree with that. But the question is the way that aid is being used to develop the country. Please give me time to give out my points, and then you can have all the time you want, and then correct me if I'm wrong. Rwanda is using those aid by strengthening their army, making sure the security is top-notch, and making sure the Rwandese have better infrastructures, better roads. So if I'm pretty sure that Congo also has Western aid. But what kind of aid are you getting? All we're hearing about is war. Over 30 years. What is that aid doing to the Congolese people? They are dying every day, okay? So I'm not saying, so the first thing that I said about not getting here, I was talking about the Western, because those Western countries are taking advantage of your country. So
you are also taking advantage of their country. So everybody's taking advantage of each country. You cannot. My point is, you should not believe that only the Western countries are taking advantage of.
I gave you time and I heard you. Can I have my
let her land a point? Let her land a point.
Hear my opinion, then you're free to say anything. Okay, I have heard you and I will understand, and correct me where I'm wrong, because we're here to have a peaceful conversation. So what I said about not getting help, let me make myself clear. I was saying that those Western people are taking advantage of Congolese people. So what I said is Congolese people should see it and solve the problem, starting from the leaders. The leaders should first protect their country and then learn how to use that aid they're getting from the West and minimize the kind of how can I say, the kind of accessibility they're giving to their country, because it seems that Congolese people has given those mercenaries enough control of their country. But as you can see, even if we get that kind of aid in Rwanda, they don't come and can take control over us. We know how to use it. The mercenaries can't come and do anything they want. And another thing that I want to say, I want to ask Getbird.
Okay.
Yes, Getbird, can I ask you something? I want to get an insight, because you say that you're in Bukavu. So we've been seeing videos on Twitter, people of Bukavu and Goma and other places in Congo welcoming M23 with a lot of joy and everything. Is that a lie? Because many people are saying that how can you force people to be happy if they're seeing people to come and save their cities? They're bringing peace. They're making them clean the road. Have you seen how Goma is looking? Because like it's the people who really care about the land are there already. But what is Tshisekedi doing at the moment? The army of Congo is doing nothing to protect its citizens. That's why I said Congolese people should sit and stop the blame game on other people and solve the issues, and stop saying that Rwanda is doing this, Rwanda is doing that. No Congolese living in Rwanda is being disrespected, is being restricted. Like everyone is
for you.
No, can I speak, please?
No, you guys
Are you done, Queen?
blame them
Yes.
and learn how to solve your solutions, starting from the citizens. Because like
Queen, are you done?
the leaders are brainwashing you.
Not done. Wait, guys.
And another thing that I want to ask Bali. So
Wait,
there
Queen.
was this.
No, you can't ask
Let me
500
say that-
questions in one sitting. Hold on.
Okay, let me go. You see
And
what
also,
the
I need you to make it brief, so
Yeah,
Adeline can
I'm
also
gonna be
come
brief.
in.
I'm gonna be brief. What we are saying here is like the aid that comes from the West to Rwanda is actually, made Rwanda like a great nation. Rwanda is not a great nation. You have a lot of problems there as well. And comparing,
Every country has a problem.
no, wait, let me finish. Don't interject me, please. You see, managing the DRC is 100 times more difficult than managing Rwanda. First of all, because of the territory. Rwanda is, the DRC is 1,000 times bigger than Rwanda. In terms of population, the DRC has more than 100 million people, and you are only 14 million people. So can you see the differences? And then there is another aspect. You are also dependent on the DRC on some aspects. For example, for you to easily fly from Rwanda to Europe, you need to use the Congolese airport. You understand? So you cannot come here and pray that Rwanda is a beautiful and very well-developed nation and takes advantage properly of the resources that are coming from the West, while the DRC do not know how to take care of their problems. That's not true. You are also dependent on the DRC in some aspects. You understand?
Okay,
I'm not done yet. Let me finish. I'm gonna be
Wait.
brief. So you cannot come and say that, okay, we use the aids that we get from the West improperly, while the DRC is failing to use that resources. You know the difficulties the DRC has, but it's not like you have like a great differences in terms of development between the two countries. You also have poverty. You also have problems of food. You also have your internal issues, just like the DRC is. Or you think that the Rwanda is a paradise and DRC is a complete jungle. That's not the case. So you
no
can't come
country is
here.
perfect, but you have to learn to elect able leaders that are going to be able to protect you in every aspect. Okay.
I would rather prefer.
What is
I would
Tshisekedi
rather.
doing to protect
Okay,
his
let me
own
finish.
people?
You are interrupting me.
Just hold
I
up
would
your
rather-
second, right?
I would rather.
Just hold on.
I would prefer.
Because I will
prefer
climb
living.
into you.
No, wait, goes. I would prefer living in the DRC with all
Wow.
the problems they have, but at least I can express myself freely rather than living in an open prison. You understand? So, a president that changes the constitution according to his will, he was only allowed to run for 2 mandates, but then he decided to change the constitution to remain in power forever. Oh my goodness, what kind of leader is that? Does he think that he's the only one in Rwanda who is able to lead the
Let me
nation?
tell you, if this
That's your internal problem. So you deal with the problem.
Okay, no.
You
I
know
don't
your
think
internal,
you just
your
make it
internal
short.
problems. Then let the Congolese deal with their
Queen,
internal
mute your
problems.
mic. Mute your mic.
No, okay, let me say
No,
this.
mute
last
your
thing.
mic.
So
So-
let
No,
the
no, no, no.
Congolese deal,
Mute your
if they
mic.
don't have
Queen,
roads,
mute your mic.
if they don't have,
Mute your mic.
if they don't have roads,
Guys, I have
if
given
they
you
don't have
enough
roads,
time. Can I
let
say
them deal
something?
with
The
it.
You have been saying something. Kadoso,
If they
please
don't have
land your
roads,
plan
oh
and
yeah,
let
I'm
Adeline
landing.
speak.
if the Congolese do not have roads, this is their internal issue. And as you don't have freedom of speech, this is also your internal issue. It should be you people from your different countries to solve your issues. No interferences. But when it's come to choosing the partners of like the country would like to deal with, it's up to them. They're free to do so. You're not the ones who want to pick which country should have partnership with the DRC. What kind of mentality is that?
Thank you. Adeline, you've got the mic. Adeline, are you there?
Hi, sorry. So the young lady was saying something that caught my attention. She said the people were celebrating that the M23 had come. I'm gonna play something for you guys. It can be triggering, but it's not graphic. It expresses a young woman calling for help when the M23 broke into her house. Just listen and tell me if she's happy or not. And anyone who's Congolese can translate for me.
Les mères armées sont chez nous. Oui. Les gars, c'est bon. Oui. Oui. Hey.